Now let us start the next topic, that is lines and angles. Now you are already familiar with some concepts like line segment, ray and an angle. Now let us revise once again all these concepts. First, what is a line? The set of all the points in a plane in a straight way gives the idea of a line. The line is AB and the line can be extended on both sides and it has no endpoints on either side of the line. So here the line is represented by 2 points, any 2 points on the line. So this line can be represented as line AB or line BA. Now what is a ray? A ray is a portion of the line, a part of the line. For example, now this OA is a part of the line and this can be represented as OA. Here O is the end point of the line, end point of the ray, and this ray can be extended towards the point A. So a ray has only one end point and it can be extended on only one direction. Now line segment. What is a line segment? So this is also a part of the line and which has 2 endpoints and it cannot be extended on either side and it has 2 endpoints on either side. A line segment can be represented as PQ line segment or QP line segment. Now let us define an angle. So what is an angle? The union of 2 rays with a common endpoint is called an angle. Here the angle AOB. Here OA is a ray and OB is also another ray, and these 2 rays have the same endpoint, that is O. So the union of 2 rays with the common endpoint is called the angle, and this angle is represented as angle AOB or angle BOA, or simply we can write angle O. Here O is the vertex and the rays OA and OB. So these rays OA and OB are the arms or sides of the angle. Now types of angles. First, zero angle. An angle whose measure is 0 degrees is called zero angle. So there is no angle formed. So the angle whose measure is 0 degrees is called zero angle. And the second angle, right angle. An angle whose measure is 90 degrees is called a right angle. So this angle is right angle 90 degrees, and the next straight angle. An angle whose measure is 180 degrees is called straight angle. So this is straight line, straight angle is formed here. AOB is straight line. So angle AOB is straight angle, that is 180 degrees, and the complete angle An angle whose measure is 360 degrees is called complete angle. So one rotation is completed here, 360 degrees. Now fifth one. Now the next one is acute angle. An angle whose measure is more than 90 degrees, more than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees is called an acute angle. So the acute angle lies between 90 degrees, lies between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. Now this is an acute angle, 30 degrees. So the acute angle lies between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. Now the sixth one, obtuse angle. An angle whose measure is more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees is called an obtuse angle. So it lies between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. Now 120 degrees. So it is an obtuse angle. Now the seventh one, reflex angle. An angle whose measure is more than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees is called a reflex angle. Now this is a reflex angle, for example 270 degrees. Now these are the different types of angles. The first angle, zero angle, whose measure is 0 degrees, and the next one is right angle, whose measure is 90 degrees, and third one is straight angle, whose measure is 180 degrees, and the next complete angle, whose measure is 360 degrees, and the acute angle lies between 0 degrees and 90 degrees, and the obtuse angle lies between 90 degrees and 180 degrees, and the reflex angle lies between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. Now let us solve a few problems based on all these topics: the line segment, ray, angle, and the different types of angles. So the first question: name the figures drawn below. Now what is this figure? So this figure is a line segment AB. And the second figure, now this has only one endpoint and it can be extended in only one direction, so it is called a ray PQ. And the third one, now it has no endpoints and it can be extended on either direction, so it is said to be a line CD. Now this is a point R. Now the next question: draw the figures. First one, angle AOB. how to draw the angle AOB? Now it has two rays with a common endpoint, so that is O. Now this can be represented as A and here. So here two rays OA and OB with the common endpoint O. Line PQ. Now we can draw a line PQ which can be extended in both the directions. Point A. Now this is the point A. Ray AB. Here the initial point is A and it can be extended towards the point B. So here also we draw the same thing. Initial point A, it can be extended towards the point B. Now the line segment CD. So the line segment CD, it has a definite length and it cannot be extended in any direction, and it has two endpoints C and D. Now let us see the next question. Name all the possible line segments in the given figure. Now there is line segment AB. On the line segment AD, other 2 points are given B and C. Now we should name all the possible line segments from this figure. So all the possible line segments. Now starting with the initial point A, so we can take AB line segment and AC line segment and AD line segment, and with initial point B we can take BC and BD, and with initial point C, so we can take CD. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line segments, and let us check whether there are any other line segments from this figure. So if you take BA or AB, both are same, so we do not mention BA separately, and even BC and CB both are same, so we do not mention CB line segment separately. So there are only 6 line segments from the given figure. Now the next question, identify the angles, identify the given angles. Now the first one is now this angle, it is more than 90 degrees, so it is an obtuse angle. For the second one, now it is mentioned with a right angle here, so 90 degrees, so it is a right angle. Now it is more than 180 degrees, so it is a reflex angle. And the fourth one, no, it is less than 90 degrees, so it is an acute angle. And next question, write whether the following pairs of lines are parallel lines or intersecting lines. The first one, so when the two lines are parallel lines, if the two lines do not intersect, then they are said to be parallel lines. And when the two lines are said to be intersecting lines, if the two lines have a common point, then they are said to be intersecting lines. Now, the first question, the two lines are given that. Now we should check whether they are parallel or intersecting lines. The two lines are L and M. So these two lines do not intersect, means they do not have any common point, and the perpendicular distance between the two lines is same everywhere. So these two are said to be parallel lines. In the second figure, PQ, and the two lines P and Q have a common endpoint O. So that is why these two lines are said to be intersecting lines, because they are intersecting at a point O. In the third figure, now these two lines M and N seem to be non-intersecting lines, but if you extend the two lines, so if you extend the line N in this direction, so it will definitely intersect the line M. So that is why these two lines are also called intersecting lines. Now the next one, now these two lines are also parallel lines because they do not intersect. Now the next fifth one, now here the two lines are intersecting at a point P, but the two lines have a common point, that is P. So these two lines are called intersecting lines. So if two lines have a common point, then the two lines are said to be intersecting lines. If two lines do not have any common point, then they are said to be parallel lines. So far we have discussed, means we have learnt about the point, line, line segment, ray and angle, and the different types of angles such as zero angle, right angle, straight angle, complete angle, acute angle, obtuse angle and reflex angle. And also we have learnt the intersecting lines and the parallel lines. Now let us learn the another concept, that is the pairs of lines. Learning about the pairs of lines, pairs of angles. Learning about the pairs of angles. Now let us see what are the complementary angles and what are the supplementary angles. So first we will look for the complementary angles. Now for example, angle AOP is 30 degrees and angle PQR 60 degrees. Then what is the sum of the two angles? So angle AOB plus angle PQR equals to 30 degrees. Now angle AOB plus angle PQR. Angle AOB is 30 degrees plus angle PQR is 60 degrees. So this equals to 90 degrees. So if the sum of the two angles is 90 degrees, then the two angles are said to be complementary angles. Now we can write the definition of the complementary angles as, so when the sum of the two angles is 90 degrees, the two angles are called complementary angles. Now for example, angle X is 45 degrees and angle Y is 60 degrees. Now let us check whether they are complementary angles or not. Then what is angle X plus angle Y? Angle X plus angle Y equals to 45 degrees plus 60 degrees. So then 45 plus 60 is 105 degrees. Then the two angles X and Y are not called complementary angles because their sum is not equal to 90 degrees. And if you know one angle in the pair of complementary angles, then what is the other angle? The complementary angle of X X degrees is 90 minus X degrees. So the complementary angle of 30 degrees is 90 minus 30, that is 60 degrees. The complementary angle of 10 degrees is 90 minus 10 degrees, that is 80 degrees. So then the other important point is each angle of the pair of complementary angles, each angle of the pair of complementary angles is an acute angle. Now each angle of the pair of complementary angles is an acute angle. Means if you take any pair of complementary angles, then in that pair of complementary angles each angle must be an acute angle. So in the given example 30 degrees and 60 degrees, so this is a pair of complementary angles. So in this each angle is an acute angle. Now let us solve a few problems based on the complementary angles. The first question: which of the following pairs of angles are complementary angles? In this first question, the pair of the angles, so the first angle is 40 degrees and the second angle is 50 degrees. Now let us add the two angles. So 40 degrees plus 50 degrees equals to 90 degrees. So therefore they are complementary angles. And the second one is (120 degrees) and 10 degrees. Now 120 degrees plus 10 degrees equals to 130 degrees, but not equal to 90 degrees. So they are not complementary angles. And the third question, (90 degrees plus 90 degrees). So 90 degrees plus 90 degrees equals to 180 degrees. So they are not complementary angles. Now the next question, write the complementary angles of the following. First one is 55 degrees. The complementary angle of (55 degrees) is 90 minus 55 degrees. 90 degrees minus 55 degrees. So that is 35 degrees. And the second question, 89 degrees. The complementary angle of 89 degrees is 90 degrees minus 89 degrees, that is 11 degrees. Now the next question, two angles are complementary and are also equal. Find them. So here given that two angles are complementary and are also equal, means the two equal angles are complementary. Then what are the two angles? So let the two angles, the equal angles, be x degrees and x degrees. Since they are complementary, so their sum must be 90 degrees. So here x degrees plus x degrees equals to 90 degrees. So x plus x, 2x equals to 90 degrees. Then x equals to 90 by 2, and then x equals to 45 degrees. Therefore the two angles are 45 degrees. And so if the two angles are complementary and also equal, then the two angles must be 45 degrees and 45 degrees. Now let us see what are the supplementary angles. The complementary angles means the sum of the two angles is a right angle, that is a 90 degrees, and the supplementary angles means when the sum of the two angles is 180 degrees, means a straight angle, then the two angles are said to be supplementary angles. So we can define the supplementary angles as, so when the sum of the two angles is 180 degrees, then the two angles are called supplementary angles. For example, so the first angle is 120 degrees, so this angle is 120 degrees, and the second angle 60 degrees. Now what is the sum of these two angles? So 120 degrees plus 60 degrees equals to 180 degrees. So these are called supplementary angles. And if you take the other pair, now this is 130 degrees and this is 60 degrees. So here 130 plus 60 degrees equals to 190 degrees, but not equal to 180 degrees. So they are not supplementary angles. Now, what is the supplementary angle of the given angle x degrees? So if we want to find the supplementary angle of x, then we must subtract x from 180 degrees. So we can write that the supplementary angle of x degrees is 180 minus x degrees. The supplementary angle of 30 degrees is 180 minus 30, that is 150 degrees. Now the second point, one angle in the pair of supplementary angles may be acute angle or right angle or obtuse angle. And the third point, two right angles are always supplementary to each other because the right angle means 90 degrees. So 90 plus 90 is 180 degrees. So the two right angles are always said to be supplementary angles. So we can write that two right angles are always supplementary angles. So these are the three properties regarding the supplementary angles. So if the sum of the two angles is 180 degrees, then the two angles are said to be supplementary angles, and the supplementary angle of x degrees is 180 minus x degrees, and one angle in the pair of supplementary angles may be acute angle or right angle or obtuse angle, and the two right angles are always said to be supplementary angles. Now let us solve few problems based on supplementary angles. The first question: which of the following pairs of angles are supplementary angles? In this first question, the first angle is 40 degrees and the second angle 120 degrees. Now let us find the sum of the two angles. 40 degrees plus 120 degrees equals to 160 degrees but not equal to 180 degrees. So they are not supplementary angles. The second question: "90 degrees plus 90 degrees." So the two angles are 90 degrees and 90. So let us find the sum of these two angles. 90 plus 90 equals to 180 degrees. So they are supplementary angles. And the third one: 50 degrees (130 degrees). So let us find the sum of these two angles. 50 degrees plus 130 degrees equals to 180 degrees. So they are supplementary angles. Now the next question: find the supplementary angles of the following angles. Find the supplementary angles of the following angles. First one is 95 degrees. So the supplementary angle of (95 degrees) is 180 minus 95 degrees. So that is 180 minus 95 is 85 degrees. And the second question: 105 degrees. Supplementary angle of 105 degrees is 180 degrees minus 105 degrees. So that is 75 degrees. And the next question: two acute angles cannot form pair of two acute angles cannot form a pair of supplementary angles. Justify. So let us take any two acute angles, for example 40 degrees and the other acute angle is 70 degrees, and let us find their sum. 40 degrees plus 70 degrees, so this equals to 110 degrees but not equal to 180 degrees. So the two acute angles cannot form a pair of supplementary angles. Acute angle means let us take two angles x and y. So acute angles means x is less than 90 degrees and y is acute angle means y is also less than 90 degrees. Their sum x plus y less than 90 plus 90 180 degrees. So the sum of two acute angles is less than 180 degrees. So the acute angles cannot form a pair of supplementary angles. So when the pair is said to be supplementary angles, the sum of the two angles must be 180 degrees. But here the sum of the two acute angles is less than 180 degrees. So the two acute angles cannot form a pair of supplementary angles. Now let us take the next question. Two angles are equal. Two angles are equal and supplementary to each other. Find the angles. So yeah, the two angles are equal and supplementary to each other. Then we should find the angles. So let the two equal angles be x degrees and x degrees. Since they are supplementary, so their sum must be 180 degrees. So x plus x equals to 180 degrees. Here x plus x means 2x equals to 180 degrees. Then x equal to 180 by 2. Then x equals to 90. So 2 ones are 2, 90s are 180. So x value 90 degrees. So the two angles are 90 degrees and 90 degrees. So the two angles are equal and are the supplementary angles to each other means the two angles must be right angles. Now let us see the next pair of angles, that is adjacent angles. Now what are the adjacent angles? The angles having a common vertex and a common arm are called adjacent angles. Now for example, the two angles which have a common vertex and a common arm AOB and BOC. The two angles AOB and angle BOC, angle AOB and angle BOC, they have a common vertex O and the common arm OB. Now these two angles are adjacent angles. So angle AOB and angle BOC have a common vertex O and the common arm OB. So the two angles are said to be adjacent angles. Now let us take another example. PQR, angle PQR and angle RQS. So here also the two angles. So this angle and this angle, these two angles have a common vertex Q and the common arm QR. So these two angles are called adjacent angles. Now the important note regarding the adjacent angles: a pair of complementary angles or a pair of supplementary angles need not be adjacent angles. A pair of complementary angles or a pair of supplementary angles need not be adjacent angles. For example, now this angle 40 degrees and the other angle so this is 140 degrees. So they are supplementary angles because their sum is 180 degrees, but they are not adjacent angles. Now let us solve a question based on the adjacent angles. Which of the following are adjacent angles? In this first question, the two angles are A and B. Now check whether they are adjacent angles or not. The two angles A and B have a common vertex B and the common arm BC. So they are adjacent angles. In the second question, now angle PQT and angle SRT, they do not have any common vertex. Repeat, angle PQT and angle SRT. So they are not adjacent angles. Because they do not have any common vertex and they don't have any common arm, so they are not adjacent angles. The next question, name all the possible adjacent angles in the given figure. Here the two lines intersect at the point O. The two lines AB and CD intersect at the point O. Then what are the adjacent angles formed here? So here the two, and how many pairs of adjacent angles are there? Now here the two angles are angle AOC and angle BOC. The possible pairs of adjacent angles. So angle AOC, angle BOC, because they have the common vertex O and the common arm OC, and angle BOC and angle BOD. Angle BOC and angle BOD, they have the common vertex O and the common arm OB. Next, angle BOD, angle AOD. So angle BOD and angle AOD have the common vertex O and the common arm OD. Next, angle AOD and angle AOC. So these two angles also have the common vertex O and the common arm OA. So these are the four possible pairs of adjacent angles in the given figure. So there are four pairs. Now the next question, can two adjacent angles be complementary? Can two adjacent angles be complementary? Draw figure. Yes, two adjacent angles can be complementary. AOP angle is right angle. Now this is angle AOC is 50 degrees and angle BOC 40 degrees. Now so the sum of these two angles is right angle. Angle AOB equal to 90 degrees, and here common vertex O and the common arm OC. So the angles AOC and angle BOC are complementary angles, adjacent and complementary angles. Since angle AOC plus angle BOC equals to 90 degrees. Now the next question, can two adjacent angles be supplementary? Draw figure. Now let us draw two adjacent angles so that they are supplementary. Here the two angles, angle POR and angle QOR, are supplementary because sum of these two angles is 180 degrees. So angle POR plus angle QOR equals to 130 plus 50, 180 degrees, and they have the common vertex O and the common arm OR. So they are supplementary angles. So we can write that two adjacent angles can be supplementary. Now the next pair of angles is a linear pair of angles. Now let us see what is a linear pair of angles. Now a pair of adjacent angles whose sum is a straight angle that means 180 degrees is called a linear pair. Now let us see with an example what is a linear pair. So angle POR is 50 degrees and angle QOR is 130 degrees, and these two angles have a common vertex O and a common arm OR. So these two are adjacent angles and the sum of these two angles is 180 degrees. So angle POR plus angle QOR equals to 50 plus 130 equals to 180 degrees. So these two angles form a linear pair because they are adjacent angles and the sum of these two angles is a straight angle. So these two angles form a linear pair. So we can write that therefore angle POR and angle QOR form a linear pair. Let us see another example. Angle AOB is 70 degrees and angle BOC 60 degrees. So here angle AOB and angle BOC are adjacent angles. Now let us find their sum. Angle AOB plus angle BOC equals to 70 degrees plus 60 degrees, that equals to 130 degrees. So that is not equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, the two angles AOB and BOC are adjacent angles, but their sum is not equal to 180 degrees. So they do not form a linear pair. Therefore, we can write that angle AOB, angle BOC is not a linear pair. Now let us solve a problem based on the linear pair of angles. Draw the following angles as adjacent angles and find whether they form linear pair or not. In this first question, the angle is 120 degrees. In the second angle, 40 degrees. Now if you draw these two angles as the adjacent angles, so then we get so this is 120 and this is 60. So these two are adjacent angles. Now let us find their sum. 60 plus 40 plus 120. So 40 plus 120 equals to 160, but not equal to 180 degrees. So they do not form a linear pair. Now if you draw these two angles as the adjacent angles, so but their sum is not equal to 180 degrees, so they do not form a linear pair. Now the second, in this, so this is a right angle, the second angle also a right angle. Now if you draw these two right angles as the adjacent angles, now we get the two angles like this. Now here the two angles are adjacent angles. Now let us check their sum. 90 plus 90 equals to 180 degrees. So therefore they form a linear pair. Now the next question, check the given angles form a linear pair or not. Now the two angles are mentioned like this. Now 130 degrees and 50 degrees, they form the linear pair or not. So of course the sum of these two angles is 180 degrees. So 130 plus 50 degrees equals to 180 degrees. But they have the common vertex, but they do not have any common arm. They have common vertex O, but they don't have any common arm. So they are not adjacent angles. So when they are not adjacent angles, they do not form a linear pair. So therefore they do not form a linear pair. Now the next topic, vertically opposite angles. Now let us see what are the vertically opposite angles. Now when the two lines intersect, for example the line AB and the other line CD, when the two lines intersect at a point O, then the angles formed opposite to each other at the point of intersection O. Now these two angles are vertically opposite angles, angle AOC and angle BOD. And the other pair, angle AOD and angle BOC, are also vertically opposite angles. So when the two lines intersect at a point, now the angles that are formed opposite to each other at the point of intersection O, so those two angles are called vertically opposite angles. When the two lines intersect, there will be two pairs of vertically opposite angles, and of course the vertically opposite angles are always equal. So here we can write angle AOC equal to angle BOD and angle AOD equals to angle BOC. So the two pairs of vertically opposite angles are angle AOD, angle BOC, and the second pair of vertically opposite angles angle AOC and angle BOD. Two pairs. So we will write the definition of vertically opposite angles. When the two lines intersect at a point the angles that are formed opposite to each other at the point of intersection means that vertex at the point of intersection are called vertically opposite angles. So when the two lines intersect at the point, the angles that are formed at the point of intersection and which are opposite to each other are called vertically opposite angles. Now the important note regarding the vertically opposite angles, that is, the vertically opposite angles are always equal. Always equal. So here we can write angle AOD equals to angle BOC and angle AOC equal to angle BOD. So these two vertically opposite angles are equal and these two vertically opposite angles are equal. Now let us solve two problems based on the vertically opposite angles. Now the first question, name two pairs of vertically opposite angles in the figure. AOB, COD. Here AB and CD intersect at the point O, and here OE is another day. Now what are the vertically opposite angles here? So when you take the angle AOD, then angle BOC is the vertically opposite angle. Now if you take angle AOC, then angle BOD are the two pairs of vertically opposite angles. And if you take angle BOE, then there is no angle formed with vertically opposite to angle BOE. Now the next question. Find the missing angles in the given figure. The figure given below here one angle is given that 30 degrees, then you should find x, y and z. So as we know that vertically opposite angles are equal, so then y equals to 30 degrees. Since vertically opposite angles are equal, now x and 30, so they form a linear pair, so sum of the two angles is 180 degrees, so we can write that x plus 30 degrees equals to 180 degrees, so this is a linear pair. Then x equals to 180 minus 30 degrees, so this equals to 150 degrees. So x value is 150 degrees and y is 30 degrees. Y is 30 degrees. Then z, and here x and z are, these two are vertically opposite angles, so then z also 150 degrees. So z equals to 150 degrees, since x and z are vertically opposite angles. Now let us see what is the transversal. Now if you take any two lines, now there is another line which is intersecting the two lines at 2 points. Now the given lines are L and M, and N is intersecting the two lines at two different points A and B. Then the line N is called a transversal for the lines L and M. So here the line which intersects the two or more lines at different points is called a transversal. A line which intersects two or more lines at different points or at distinct points is called a transversal. Now if you take the three lines P, Q, R, and the another line S is intersecting the three lines at different points A, B and C. So here also S is called a transversal for the lines P, Q and R. Now if you take here S is the transversal, so in this figure N is the transversal. Now if you take another figure, A and B are two lines and C is intersecting the two lines at the same point. So then here C is not called the transversal for A and B, because C is not intersecting the two lines A and B at distinct points. It is intersecting the two lines at the same point. So here C is not the transversal. Now next topic, angles made by a transversal. Now if there are two lines, L and M, and another line N is intersecting L and M at two different points A and B, and then four angles are formed. So the first angle 1, 2, 3, 4. At the point A there are four angles formed, and even at the point B four angles are formed, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So totally 8 angles are formed when the transversal intersecting the two lines L and M at two different points A and B. Now what are the different angles formed in this? First let us see what are the exterior angles. Now the exterior angles are 1, 2, 7 and 8. So these angles are exterior angles. So angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 7 and angle 8. 1, 2, 7, 8, these are exterior angles. And let us see what are the interior angles. Now interior angles are 3, 4, 5, 6. So angle 3, angle 4, angle 5 and angle 6. So these are the interior angles. Now what are the corresponding angles? Now let us see the corresponding angles. Now here 1 and 5 are the corresponding angles, because in this angle 1 and angle 5, one is exterior and other is interior, and they are not adjacent angles and they are on the same side of the transversal. So such pair is corresponding angles. So when the two angles are said to be corresponding angles, so they should not be adjacent to each other, and one is exterior and the other is interior, and they should be on the same side of the transversal. So here angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. Then 2 and 6, angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding angles. Then 3 and 7, angle 3 and angle 7 are corresponding angles. Then 4 and 8 are also corresponding angles, angle 4 and angle 8. So there are 4 pairs of corresponding angles. Now next, interior alternate angles. So what are interior alternate angles? Now in the interior angles, so let us take alternate angles. Interior angles in the sense 3, 4, 5, 6. So alternate angles means they should lie on either side of the transversal. So 3 and 5, 4 and 6. So these two are the interior alternate angles. So they must be interior angles and they should be on both sides of the transversal. So 3, 5 and 4 and 6. Angle 3 comma angle 5, angle 4 comma angle 6. So there are 2 pairs of interior alternate angles and exterior alternate angles. So they should be exterior angles. So 1, 2, 7, 8 are exterior angles. So in these exterior angles, what are the angles on either side of the transversal? So 1, 7 and 2 and 8. So these are on either side of the transversal. So angle 1 and angle 7. Angle 1 comma angle 7, then angle 2 comma angle 8. So these are the exterior alternate angles. So these are also two pairs. Now interior angles on same side of the transversal. Interior angles on same side of the transversal. So what are the interior angles on same side of the transversal? So interior angles means 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of these 4 angles on same side of the transversal means 3, 6 and 4, 5. Angle 3 comma angle 6, angle 4 comma angle 5. So these are also two pairs. So these angles are 3, 6 and 4, 5. These are the two pairs of angles which are interior angles and they are on same side of the transversal. Now the last pair is exterior angles on same side of the transversal. Now what are the exterior angles? 1, 2, 7, 8 are the exterior angles. And what are the angles on same side of the transversal? So 1, 8 and 2, 7. Angle 1 comma angle 8, angle 2 comma angle 7. So these are the two pairs. So of the exterior angles on same side of the transversal. So when the transversal intersects two lines, then 8 angles are formed. Out of 8 angles, 4 exterior angles and the 4 interior angles, and there will be 4 pairs of corresponding angles, 2 pairs of interior alternate angles and 2 pairs of exterior alternate angles, and 2 pairs of interior angles on same side of the transversal and 2 pairs of exterior angles on same side of the transversal. Now let us see the next topic, that is transversal on parallel lines. Now when the transversal intersects two parallel lines, when these two lines are parallel, when the two lines are parallel, here L and M are parallel lines and the transversal is intersecting these two parallel lines at P and Q. Here also 8 angles are formed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then what are the properties based on the transversal of parallel lines? So when a transversal intersects parallel lines, now when a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then the first property, the corresponding angles are equal. Now what are the corresponding angles? The 4 pairs of corresponding angles are 1, 5, 2, 6, 3 7 4 8. So angle 1 equal to angle 5, angle 2 equals to angle 7, angle 3 equals to angle 2 equals to angle 6, then angle 3 equals to angle 7, angle 4 equals to angle 8. So there are 4 pairs of corresponding angles: 1 5, 2 6, 3 7 and 4 8. Now the next one, interior alternate angles are equal. So what are the interior alternate angles? So interior alternate angles are 3 5 and 4 6. So angle 3 equals to angle 5, angle 4 equals to angle 6. Then the third property, exterior alternate angles are equal. So what are the exterior alternate angles? 1 7 and 2 8. So these are the exterior alternate angles. So angle 1 equals to angle 7 and angle 2 equals to angle 8. Then the fourth property, the interior angles on same side of the transversal are supplementary. Interior angles on same side of transversal are supplementary. So what are the interior angles on same side of the transversal? 3 6 and 4 5. Angle 3 plus angle 6 equals to 180. Angle 3 plus angle 6 equals to 180, and angle 4 plus angle 5 equals to 180. And the fifth property, exterior angles on same side of the transversal are also supplementary. Exterior angles on same side of transversal are supplementary. So what are the exterior angles on same side of the transversal? 1 8 and 2 7. So angle 1 plus angle 8 equals to 180. Angle 1 plus angle 8 equals to 180 degrees. Then angle 2 plus angle 7 equals to 180 degrees. So 1 8 and 2 7. So 1 8 are exterior angles on same side of the transversal, so they are supplementary, and 2 7 are also exterior angles on same side of the transversal, so they are supplementary. So if any transversal intersects two parallel lines, so all the 5 conditions hold. Now if, for example, if any one condition holds for any 2 lines when the transversal intersects, then the 2 lines are said to be parallel to each other. So its converse is also true. Now if any one of the following 5 conditions holds, then the 2 lines must be parallel to each other. Now let us solve a few problems based on the transversal intersecting the parallel lines. Now the first question, find the measures of x, y and z in the figure where L is parallel to BC. So in the given figure, the line L is parallel to BC, and there is a triangle ABC. So in this we have to find the value of the measures of x, y and z. Now if you observe the line L at the point A, the 3 angles formed at the point A, those are 75 degrees, x degrees and 45 degrees. As L is a straight line, so at the point here this is a straight angle. So sum of these three angles must be 180 degrees. So we can write 75 degrees plus x degrees plus 45 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Then x degrees plus 75 plus 45, 70 plus 40, 110 plus 5 plus 5, 10, 120 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Then x equals to 180 degrees minus 120 degrees. So then x equals to 60 degrees. So here we got x value 60 degrees. Then we should find the measure of angle y and angle z. Now if you observe L parallel to BC, and then here AB is the transversal, since L is parallel to BC, and here AB is a transversal, so then these two angles 75 degrees and y, these two are alternate interior angles. So we can write that y degrees equals to 75 degrees because interior alternate angles are equal. So y is 75 degrees. Then observe again L is parallel to BC and AC is a transversal. Since L is parallel to BC and here AC is a transversal, then here Z and 45 degrees, these two are equal. So Z equals to 45 degrees because here also these two angles are in interior alternate angles. Interior alternate angles are equal. Therefore, x equals to 60 degrees, y equals to 75 degrees, and z equals to 45 degrees. Now let us see the next question. ABCD is a quadrilateral in which AB is parallel to DC and AD is parallel to BC. Find angle B, angle C and angle D. So angle A is given that 50 degrees. Then you should find angle B, angle C and angle D. Now when the two lines are parallel and a transversal is intersecting the two parallel lines, then the interior angles on same side of the transversal are supplementary. So based on this property, we can find the measures of angle B, angle C and angle D. So we write the condition when a transversal intersects parallel lines, the interior angles on same side of the transversal are supplementary. Now based on this property, we can find the measures of the angles B, C and D. Now if you observe the lines AD and BC, since they are parallel and here AB is a transversal, since AD parallel to BC and AP is a transversal, So then 50 degrees plus B equals to 180 degrees. Then B equals to 180 degrees minus 50 degrees. Then B equals to 130 degrees. So here we got angle B 130 degrees. Then we find angle C and angle D also. So since here this is the property 1, now since AB parallel to DC, here AB is parallel to DC and here BC is a transversal. Then angle B plus angle C equals to 180 degrees. So B means 130 degrees plus angle C equals to 180 degrees. The interior angles on same side of the transversal are supplementary. So that is property 1. Since property 1, then angle C equals to 180 degrees minus 130 degrees. Then C equals to 50 degrees. Now we will find the measure of angle D. So here C is 50 degrees. Now again here AD is parallel to BC. Since AD parallel to BC and here DC is the transversal, then the sum of these two angles is 180 degrees. Now D plus 50 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Since the interior angles on same side of the transversal are supplementary, so that is according to property 1. Now D equals to 180 degrees minus 50 degrees. Then D equals to 130 degrees. So here D is 130 degrees. So when angle A is 50 degrees, then angle B is 130 degrees, angle C is 50 degrees and angle D is 130 degrees.